week 15 in the books, and it's been a few weeks since my last weekly review. I do apologize for that shit. It's just been a rough season for me, for one thing, and I'll just leave it at that. It's been a bullshit season, and whatever. But let's get started, because I really don't have time for this bullshit. Last Thursday night, Rams defeating the Buccaneers 31-23. Not as close as the score would indicate, because it was really 28-6. It was that type of game. Case Keenum actually played well for the Rams. And Jameis Winston, well, he goes back to Jameis Winston once again. Todd Gurley obviously was the better rookie on that night. Let's see how Amari Cooper does tonight when the Raiders face the Chargers. Both teams are 6-8. Saturday, the Jets beat the Cowboys 19-16, and the Cowboys are officially eliminated from playoff contention. And the Jets, they still hold on to one of those wild card spots. I think it's the last one, if I'm not mistaken. It is the last one. Whatever. Or wait a minute. I think Pittsburgh has that now, but whatever. For who cares? Yeah. And as far as the Jets defense goes, well, I will say this about the Cowboys. They benched Matt Castle because he played like utter shit once again. And now they went with Kellen Moore, their fourth string quarterback, meaning they brought somebody in, of course, but still, it's a fourth string quarterback. Whatever. Cowboys are 4-10. They're the most losses in 5 years. In one season, that is. The Jets, once again, 9-5. And Fitzpatrick is playing with more ever since he got acquired by the Jets, and he's playing, and ever since playing with receivers like Brandon Marshall and Eric Decker, receivers that actually are willing to play with a guy like Fitzpatrick. You're starting to notice that Fitzpatrick is starting to play with a little bit more confidence. Having guys like Brandon Marshall and Eric Decker will do that for you. Alright, on to the Sunday games. Chiefs beating the Ravens 34-14. What the fuck was up with those pants that the Ravens were wearing? Like, what the fuck was that? Anyway, Jimmy Clausen finally got his team into the end zone a couple times. I never thought that was possible, but you know, who fucking cares at this point? The Chiefs were just rolling, and they just kept rolling. It's just simple as that. The Chiefs have won their last 8 games since their 1-5 start. Broncos are in trouble. I'll tell you that right now. The way they're playing. Redskins defeating the Bills 35-25. Only thing I'll say about this game, because I really don't have time to talk about loser teams. Buffalo once again back at having non-winning records. They've missed the postseason for the 16th consecutive season. Unbelievable. And Washington, I thought for sure they were going to squander this opportunity. Maybe this coming Saturday, the day after Christmas. Then maybe, but other than that, no way. Redskins are 7-7 still, and are actually alone for first place in the NFC East. And Buffalo, like I said, 6-8, and they're out of the playoffs. All right, Colts losing to the Texans 16-10. I should have stuck with the Texans. And the game was won by ended up being won by Brandon Weeden. Actually, it was won by Nick Novak, but really, I understand that this was for possibly the AFC South, but let's be realistic here. No one cares about this fucking game either. So let's move on. Although, good job by Houston. I'll just say, but since both these teams entered entered this game at 6-7. I don't have time for that shit. Patriots defeating the Titans 33-16. The Patriots have once again clinched the AFC East, and they get their 12th win, beating another garbage football team. Butler got an interception this week, but it's nothing to celebrate that much because you're playing the fucking Titans. I mean, give me a break. Who cares at that point? I mean, give me a fucking break. Titans, you fucking suck. Moving on. Panthers defeating the Giants 38-35. The story of this game was not how the Giants came, how the Panthers nearly blew a 35-7 lead and nearly had their undefeated streak snapped. The story of this game was about the Panthers and Odell Beckham and all the fucking bullshit that's going on behind the scenes, because Odell Beckham headbutted whoever that Panther player was that kept defending him, giving him shoves and shit like that. You know, trying to get under Odell Beckham's skin or whatever. Fucking A. How about Cam Newton though? 340 yards passing, 5 touchdowns. Oh, and he ran for 100 yards as well. Granted, most of those yards were off of one big run, but still, give me a fucking break. If Cam Newton's not the MVP this year, and they go with Tom Brady, I don't know what to say. Although I will say this though, that Panthers defense has obviously gotten a lot better up until the Giants game, because like I said, they nearly blew a 38-35 lead. A couple of lucky breaks that had to happen. A blocked field goal for one thing. But even then, Eli threw the interception in the end zone, so that didn't fucking work out well. But then the Panthers give it right back after a failed option run or whatever. And there you go. However, the Giants did tie the game at 35-35. However, at the last possible second, before overtime started in regulation, Panthers went on a field goal. The referee threw a flag or whatever, but and I bring it up because Terry McCauley, the guy who called the game, or officiated the game, just said it in a way of, okay, let's get the fuck out of here. Delay of game on the defense, penalties declined, field goal's good, the game is over. Let's get the fuck out of here. It is what it is. Panthers 14-0, and obviously that is their best start in franchise history. It's the most victories in franchise history, and they have the NFL's longest regular season win streak at 18. And they've won 19 of their last 20, including the playoffs. And the Giants, well, they could end up being without Odell Beckham Jr. I believe the suspension is going to stand. And we'll just leave it at that. And the Giants are most likely done after that. Vikings defeating the Bears 38-17. That, there's a I'm starting to doubt. Let me slow down a little. I'm starting to really question Jay Cutler now, because holy fucking shit. For years, Cutler's been playing behind a crappy offensive line and shit. But now that he has at least a somewhat decent offensive line, you can't come up with the excuse that he had a shit offensive line anymore. You can't do it. Because there were a couple of occasions in that game where Jay Cutler had a chance to at least get rid of the ball or whatever, and Cutler hangs around for like 2 seconds too long or whatever. That's always been always said this and shit like that. And most of the times they're actually right. And in this case, they were definitely right. As far as Teddy Bridgewater goes, he played his best game of his career, of his young career so far. Obviously his best game of the year. I've been having my doubts about Teddy Bridgewater. Even though he only threw like 8 picks or whatever. He hasn't been throwing that many touchdowns. He has run for a few touchdowns, so you gotta add that to his touchdown passes as well. But as far as throwing the football, he played his best game, albeit against the Bears defense, which is still fucking average. At best. Better than last year, but still fucking bad. Bears are 5-8 and eliminated from playoff contention. Up your fucking ass. And the Vikings are 9-5. They're making the playoffs now. It's as simple as that. I see that. I had this team going 7-9, same record as last year. Obviously, I was wrong. They're gonna win at least one more game, if not 2 more games. So we'll wait and see what happens. Of all the times for the Falcons to get a fucking victory, it had to be on the road of all things. You would think they would. I thought the Falcons were a more dangerous team at home, or whatever the fuck. Yeah. Wow. So they beat the Jaguars. Big fucking deal. Obviously, I was wrong there. Big fucking whoop. Who cares? Moving on. Atlanta's still alive for a playoff spot, and they could possibly upset the Carolina Panthers this coming week. We'll wait and see what happens there. Both teams were under 500, entering the game under 500, so fuck you. Packers defeating the Raiders 30-20 in a not a really eventful game for the Packers. They're winning games, but they're still struggling a little bit. They struggled against the Dallas Cowboys. This camera better fucking work. I swear to God. What is up with this fucking camera? Please, 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 thank you. Give me a fucking break. The Cowboys, you were kind of seeing against the Dallas Cowboys as well, even though they give me a break. Eddie Lacy, he's still inconsistent. Whatever there. Rodgers, he's... Whatever about Aaron Rodgers, he's not having his best season this year. He might not be throwing. I don't know how many interceptions he's throwing, nor do I care right now. Just want to get this over with. Just want to get something besides a fucking pick video. The Raiders, meantime, well, they still have work to do. They beat the Broncos, congratulations, but they obviously they have work to do. I'll just leave it at that. Packers are 10-4 and have clinched a playoff spot. Still hold a 1-game lead over Minnesota. And the Raiders are 6-8 and they are done as well. Sorry, Oakland. Seahawks defeating the Browns 30-13. I believe the Browns had like a 7-0 lead at one point. Fucking A, man. Oh God, is it true that Doug Baldwin has like 13 touchdown passes this year? 13 touchdown catches, you know what the fuck I mean. Holy shit. And Russell Wilson's been playing awesome the past few weeks, albeit against injury-ridden teams and just bad fucking teams in general. But still though, Russell Wilson's been doing a hell of a job the past 4 weeks. And the Seahawks have made the playoffs, and they're still and a lot of things are still up for grabs. But one of the wild card is not one of them, and neither is the NFC West. More on that in a second. Bengals defeating the 49ers 24-14, and the 49er fans were fucking... however many were actually at the fucking game, because the 49ers are fucking shit. back to the fucking whiners, I guess. It is what it is. Jim Tomsula, he needs to fucking go. Obviously, he is not. He's obviously not fit for a head coaching job. Well, neither are you. So you have no right to criticize another coach. Fuck off. And all these bandwagon 49ers fans can fuck off too now, I guess. Well, you're a bandwagon fan. You pick against the Broncos constantly. Yeah, just because I put my personal feelings aside does not make me a fucking bandwagon fan. So kiss my fucking ass. Moving on. And as far as AJ McCarron goes for the Bengals, and I should have taken the Bengals. So my bad, Cincinnati, on that. Because even though Andy Dalton was out, the Bengals are still a good football team. I mean, it is what it is. It is, and I keep forgetting as well that Andy Dalton, although he's been having a good season, he's not the end all be all it's not one of those quarterbacks where wherever the team goes, so does Andy Dalton. Okay, I mean, it doesn't work that way. I'll just leave it at that. But AJ McCarron, though, he's obviously playing the role of managing the game. Kind of like Brock Osweiler in Denver. I'll just leave it at that. Chargers defeating, by the way, 49ers 4-10. Bengals 11-3. They're going to the playoffs, so it is what it is. Chargers defeating the Dolphins 30-14, and nobody gives a flying fuck about this game because both teams are fucking garbage. I will say, will this be the final home game for the San Diego Chargers? They play tonight. Fine, whatever. But it was nice for the Chargers to get to end to win it to end their home finale with the win, because they've been having such a shit fucking year in general. I mean, holy crap! I don't even like the Chargers, so but whatever. And as far as the Dolphins go, who fucking cares? Steelers defeating the Denver Broncos 34-27, and once again, Denver blows another lead. They get shut out in the second half for the third consecutive game. They got shut out a couple weeks ago against San Diego, even though the Broncos ended up winning it. They blew a 15-0 lead against the Oakland. It was a 12-0 win over the. They blew a 12-0 lead against the Oakland Raiders. Ended up losing 15-12. And in this game, they blow a 27-13 lead and end up losing 34-27. And people are blaming the loss on Brock Osweiler's injury. Well, last I checked, Brock Osweiler didn't play like utter fucking shit in the second half in the Raiders game. So shut the fuck up about this injury crap. And I'm gonna be a little more patient. I'm gonna be patient with the Broncos, not only this year but next year as well, because it's gonna take a lot of work. I mean, as long as John Elway doesn't fucking fire Kubiak after one season, which would be pretty fucking stupid. Denver's made some dumb decisions in the past, so wouldn't fucking shock me at all if they did. But as far as this year goes, they are looking like they're gonna blow it. That's what it's fucking looking like. Cause I've seen this shit happen before. 2008, all the Broncos had to do was win one game, and they were in the playoffs. And guess what they fucking did? They were 8-5 at one point. And guess what fucking happened? They lost their last 3 games, and not only that, but lost the division lead and ended up out of the fucking playoffs. Because they couldn't win one measly fucking game in the last 3 games. This is looking eerily similar and even worse. Because if Denver misses the playoffs here, they'd be the first team in NFL history to have a 7-0 start, and end up missing the playoffs. And holy fucking shit, can Vernon Davis catch a fucking pass And don't give me this new, oh, he's in a new system bullshit. Just because you're in a new system doesn't mean you automatically forget how to catch a fucking pass. Get the fuck out of here. Demaryius as well. Can you catch a fucking pass when it matters? And can you stop fumbling the ball in crucial situations? Give me a fucking break. Broncos are 10-4, and they're facing another tough test when they have to face the Cincinnati Bengals. The good news is they're at home, but I do not fucking trust this Broncos team at this point. And the Steelers, they're 9-5, and and because they beat the Broncos, if both teams are 10-5 or whatever the fuck, and if the Chiefs are 10-5, the Broncos could find themselves out of a playoff race by week 16, and they would need help now. So Denver really needs to get the job done. That's all I gotta say about that. Cardinals defeating the Eagles 40-27. No, 40-17. I gave the Eagles too much. My bad. And because the Cardinals won, and I shouldn't have been shocked. I wanted to change it to the Cardinals. Don't know why I fucking didn't. My bad, Arizona, once again. And all I got to say is, the Cardinals. They're still playing on fire. They've been playing on fire all fucking year. But they're gonna be in trouble though a little bit. They did suffer a major blow on defense. As we all know by now, Tyrann Mathieu obviously done for the season after blowing out his ACL on of all things a pretty meaningless interception. The game was already won at that point, and you're still leaving your starters out on the field. Tyrann Mathieu is one of those starters that you might want to consider sitting. I can understand why they didn't, because that's the other thing. Because of the 53-man roster bullshit, you can't always find replacements for everybody, every position. That's the fucking problem. Some more athletic plays by John Brown. That always helps. That's all I got. That's all I really got to say about that. Eagles, they fucking blow. I mean, they fucking suck. They'll probably win this Saturday or whatever. Because Kirk Cousins sucks in primetime. But holy fucking shit. Eagles, they're in trouble once again. And last up, the Lions beat the Saints 35-27. Actually had the Lions. Should have taken the Saints. My fucking bad. Both teams are out of the playoffs anyway, so nobody gives a flying fuck. The Saints tried to come back, but the Lions were just too much. It is what it is. Nobody gives a flying fuck. Either way. So, till next time, later, fuckers.